Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to play around with makeup a little bit, some fun with some green shades from this Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I only used 2 colors from this palette, but I thought it'd be fun because I barely get a chance to use this thing. I think I got really caught up with like Project Pan, and some days I just don't wear it as much because of, you know, the quarantine and everything. So I was really inspired to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. So that's where this look kind of came from. This is a simpler, bolder look, if you will. For me, simple means I'm not using false lashes. Literally, I only used 3 shades of eyeshadow on my lid today, so I don't have like 20 different things going on. I feel like that can be very intimidating sometimes and cool to try, but I wasn't ready to do like 500 color eyeshadow look. I figured something simple that's doable might be a little bit more manageable for me to handle my video today. So that's kind of what I went for. You can do any kind of lip look with this. I decided to go with this pinker look because I love how this color pink goes with this color green. So if you want to see how to achieve this simpler, if you will, look, then keep on watching. I'm going to start with my Prime and Peachy Too Faced primer here. So I'm just going to put this right in my T-zone primarily. Most days I actually don't use it because I think it's fine without it, but if I want to be a little bit extra, I will put it on. So the foundations I'm going to use are the Infallible, I'm mixing 2 together. So the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow and the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing. So now I know L'Oreal Pro Glow is like very popular. I'm mixing the 2 together because of the shade 0204 Natural Buff. It's very popular and I do like it, but I don't know if it's like holy grail for me at all. Yeah, it's a good foundation. It's just not like, I'm not as impressed with it as like many people seem to be on YouTube. I know a lot of people do their eyes first. I don't know. I got into the habit of doing my foundation first. It's probably backwards, but I don't know. I see people doing it both ways. This is kind of the way that works for me right now. I would put an eye primer on, but I kind of don't feel the need today. I just, whatever happens to my eye makeup, I don't need it to last all day. It's fine. I'm at home. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm going to wear this Wet n Wild concealer. I'm going to use that to brighten my under eye area. And just use this Real Techniques brush to blend that in. Yeah. I'm pretty conservative with my makeup. I don't really do bright colors too often, but I do feel like playing around with color since I always wear like the same like neutral brown shades every day. Okay, I'm actually going to use this to kind of just neutralize my eyes. I'm not using a primer, but I wanted to brighten this area up a little bit, and I will set it down with a lighter shade of powder so it's not really sticky. This is the e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette. It looks like this, and it has a lot of matte colors. It's a matte palette, so it's going to have matte colors. I'm going to use this right here to base my lids, the entire lid first, and kind of just pat it on just to kind of set that concealer. I'll pat it on all the way up to here. And same with this side. Now I'm going to use this 3rd shade right here, and I'm going to blend that into my crease, or go over my whole lid really, and then kind of work it up to the crease. This is more of like a transition shade, and I'm using a Wet n Wild brush for this. It's the one that looks like this. It's like a flat top. I really enjoy flat top brushes for my crease. I don't know why. I think it blends it out nicely, and it's a little bit more diffused than say like a sharper pointed brush. But if you're looking for something that's more concentrated in the crease, obviously you would use a different brush, but for me, this seems to work pretty well. All right, so now looks like that. I'm going to go back to my concealer again, and I'm going to try cut crease. I don't typically do cut crease looks, but it's fun to play around, especially on like rainy days like today with not much going on. Why the heck not? So I'm going to get a flat brush like this. Anyone will do, and I'm just going to start applying it and making a cut crease. This is how I do it. I know people like look up and like blink and all that stuff. I just kind of carve out a kind of moon shape. Now this isn't like a very intense cut crease. It's cut enough for me. I've been really interested in like using these. I'm gonna go in with this shade at the top right here and see what happens. I'm going to tap it right along the outer part of the lid and into the middle. Grab a little bit more to really get that pigment in there. And kind of keep it on the outer part and maybe even go a little bit higher so then again you can really see it. And I'm gonna use the same brush, just maybe flip it to the other side that doesn't have color. It's not much different, but it's a little bit more yellow toned. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and put that right next to it. So you can see a little bit of a gradient there. It's not like super different, but you can still see it's like very subtle, but it's still there. Just like that. Now in terms of blending the two colors together, I'm just literally taking the brush and kind of going in the middle and just kind of rubbing them together like that. Like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I did the other eye and I'm going to go back into that brown color again, that transition brown shade, and I'm just going to reapply that back into the crease so everything blends together. Just grab a little bit of it and smooth out or blend out the edges. Yeah, you can actually see it better here, like the yellow and the green, because in the pan they look so similar, but here you can kind of see the transition. So now I'm going to put on some black liquid eyeliner, if I can find it. Here it is. Now the brush I'm going to use to apply, now this does come with its own applicator, but I'm going to try using a different brush just to see like if I can get more control. And this is an e.l.f. small smudge brush that looks like this. Okay, so I'm not getting as much product on here as I want. I might just, for the wing at least, I was able to get some shape. But I think I'm going to continue it with the actual applicator that it comes with. This is the Physicians Formula. It's called the Sexy Booster Cat Eye. I don't know if like they still make it, but it's what I have. And I just kind of lay it like this and just meet up with that point. So this isn't like the blackest eye I can possibly do, but again, for today, it does work. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I think I'm just like running low on this. Okay, I just completed the wing on this eye. It was starting to look a little crazy, so I had to do a little bit of fixing up, so I decided not to tape that part, but the point is the wings are there. I need to do the bottom of my eye, so I'm going to use actually the e.l.f. palette. Again, this is just a nameless, brandless one. It's from CVS from years ago, and I'm just going to use this kind of blackish color right here, that last color, grayish black, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna pat it in like this and line, just kind of like give definition to this part. Okay, and then after I do that, like lightly pat it in, I'm going to grab my MAC 217 brush. Now this is usually for the crease, but I'm going to use it to kind of go underneath that and see what happens. I'm going to pick the same green again, maybe blend them together, and just kind of run it underneath that black and see what happens. You might not even like see it that much, but and kind of like run it up a little bit. I'm the kind of person, I'll use like any brush for anything. I don't like try to think about it too much. If it works, it works. So yeah, and then kind of go up with it a little bit. So it's very subtle. It's not like in your face, which is fine for me today. If you don't feel like it's bold enough, you can obviously add more. I'm not looking for a super bold look. Well, I feel like this color is super bold in itself. But for my reality, like, this works. Now, I don't really wear false lashes regularly at all. I only usually put them on for like special occasions. So I'm probably just going to do mascara for today. This Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and just apply that quickly to both lashes. Oh, okay. I was gonna add a little bit of a highlight color to the, I didn't do my brows yet, guys. I do my makeup in like whatever order I feel like it today. This is just the order that I'm going with. This is actually the color Shroom. It's a MAC shade like that. It's not like blinding highlight, but it is something. I'm just gonna pat that underneath there, put a little bit in my inner corner. Again, not super blinding. I'm going to touch up concealer in spots that I feel like maybe need it a little bit more. And using my Real Techniques brush for the under eye part. And go in with my other brush, my It Cosmetics brush, and blend in everything else. This is actually kind of cool. I'm kind of digging this. I'm going to go in with this brow product. Now, I did a declutter video like maybe 2 videos back, and I mentioned this, and I kept it, guys. Sorry, I kept it. So I'm going to comb my brows out with the little spoolie that they give you inside of it, to grab a Sigma small angle brush. Normally I don't do powder to fill in my brows, and I'm not going to use any type of brow gel just because I don't think it's necessary today. Maybe if I was actually leaving the house, yes, but I'm not. I'm just playing around. I've only been using like eye pencils or pomades, but I do enjoy using it now that I pulled it out and tried it again. So you never know. I'm not like going full on crazy sculpted brow. I'm just kind of filling in the sparse areas and, you know, making everything a little bit more even. I have my Avon setting powder. I'm just gonna grab my Echo Tools powder brush and powder my face. I always see people wearing those like cute headbands like when they're doing their makeup, and I just like, I don't know, I don't have one. My hair doesn't really like get in my way when I'm doing my makeup, so I have been fine, but I think they're cute. Face is powdered, and now I'm going to go in with this Bobbi Brown pale pink blush. I'm trying to rotate through my makeup collection a little bit. I've been focusing a lot on like Project Pan stuff, or just not wearing makeup altogether, so a lot of my blush collection has been neglected. This is the BH Cosmetics vegan line. I'm pretty sure they still sell this, but this is the V3 brush. So I'm just gonna dab it in there and apples in my cheeks. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm going to use a Project Pan item. That is my Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. And I do this a lot where I use the same brush for different things. So I'm gonna use the same exact BH Cosmetics brush and make that duck face. And start at the top, and this is not a really extreme contour look at all. It's very, I probably should have used a different brush. Oh well. It's not a very like strong contour, but that's fine. I'm not really like needing that right now. And then I'm using the same brush again and contouring my nose and contouring the hairline. I'm going to do my lips now. So the color I'm using now, this is a brighter color. This is called Mesmerizing Magenta. This is a Maybelline shade. And I'm just going to, without a lip liner, go right in. So right now I'm using a concealer just to kind of even out the lip line a little bit in case like my lipstick went over my lip. And kind of like go up like that. And I think that's fine. Powder over it so it blends in again. So a lot of back and forth with makeup. If it doesn't work out, you can always go back and fix it. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to take my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm going to take this Tarte Stunner Amazonian Clay highlighter, and add this to my cheekbones. You can tell I don't do like makeup videos a lot because I'm all over the place with my makeup. And my tip, and even though I put an under the brow highlight on, I'm still just gonna like do a little bit extra and that. Okay guys, so this is the completed look for today. I achieved my goal of using my greens and trying something a little bit different than I normally do. I didn't really consider this to be like a super complicated eye makeup look for me personally. I guess like an average amount of steps for a look like this. So yeah, just playing around with makeup and having some fun. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, definitely subscribe. We're just having fun here today, breaking out of our, more conservative, neutral looks and doing something fun, while we're in quarantine, while it's raining outside. It's nice to play around with stuff that we have, right? So here we are, and enjoy, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.